Okay, I'm Axel Horrocks. I'm here with Alex Acton. Alex, can you describe yourself?
I have black hair, I'm 5'7", and I'm from Mexico.
Okay, let's start the interview. Where is home for you right now?
For me, home is in Cornelius, North Carolina, about 30 minutes from Queens.
Where were you born?
I was born in San Francisco, California.
How long have you been in the Charlotte area?
I've been in Charlotte since around 2011.
Describe your experience during the last 2 years and more of the COVID pandemic.
I think it's been really different to other places where I have family, such as Mexico. I feel like we've had a lot more freedom to go out and we haven't been locked in as much. But at the same time, it's been really hard to go from going out every day, going to school, to being locked inside every single day for almost a year.
What do you remember of the early days?
Of the COVID pandemic? I remember at first I thought it was awesome how we were going to have time off school. We were going to just be able to stay inside. I could just play video games with my friends all day, and I didn't have anything to worry about.
What did you do during the lockdown?
I mostly just played video games with my friends and mostly just stayed inside. Didn't really do anything.
Have your friendship or family relationships changed during the pandemic?
I think that I lost touch with some friends, but at the same time, I grew closer with others because just the communication during the pandemic, and you got to see who really wanted to hang out with you and who didn't during the lockdown.
Was there a time you stepped in to help somebody affected by COVID-19?
No, I don't think so.
Describe your experience going out in public at the height of the pandemic.
It was weird. Everyone had their masks on. My family in particular, we were super careful. We had hand sanitizer in the car when we got back. We made sure to keep our masks on as much as possible, and we stayed away from people who had their masks around their chin or just didn't have masks on.
Has the pandemic changed your routine?
Yeah, I think so. I think that I changed a lot during the pandemic, and with that changed my routine, what I do. Like, nothing was the same after the pandemic and after the lockdown.
What are some challenges you have faced during the pandemic, Alex?
I think that not being able to see your friends, having my soccer season canceled was really tough. And then just like having to find like hobbies, things to do during the pandemic, I feel like that changed me a lot.
What are some long-lasting consequences of the pandemic?
I think, like I said earlier, I lost some friends because we didn't keep in touch. But I also grew closer with some people. I think other long-lasting impacts, just like who I became because of it and how I adapted to it.
What are some good things you have learned through your experience during the pandemic?
I have learned better time management, I think, especially when school is online. That helped me a lot to do that. And it's also made me realize how everything could change so quickly, and to make sure that you enjoy the moments and you try to live life to the fullest.
What was the process like transitioning over time as restrictions and recommendations have come and gone?
I think here it was pretty easy because once the restrictions started getting lifted, everyone just kind of went back to normal. And even when they were kind of getting put back into place, everyone kind of just pretend like everything was normal and they didn't really go back to them.
How has your life changed since March 2020?
My life has changed a lot. I was a high school junior, and now I am a freshman in college, having taken a gap year as well. I think that I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for the pandemic, because I was trying to get recruited, and because of the pandemic, I ended up having to take a gap year, and that led me here to Queens.
How has this experience shaped you as a person?
I think it's shaped me because spending so much time inside by yourself can really affect you, and I think I just learned and I grew from it.
What do you think your future will look like?
I'm not really sure, but I'm hoping to be successful in whatever job or career I end up picking, and I'm hoping that soccer will still be a big part of my life later on.
What did you learn from your own personal experience?
During COVID,
Yeah.
I learned more of who I am and like what helps me and what doesn't help me. I just learned more about myself in general.